and I am a 7-star diamond qualifying team Beachbody coach. And I don't say that to have people say, wow, look at her. I say it to prove my point of why I'm actually making this video in the first place. I know that there are a lot of coaches out there that deal with depression, anxiety, or any other mental health issues that prevent them from working their business to the fullest potential. So I just want to start out by saying I am bipolar. Okay, so I completely and utterly understand. So I'm going to make this video. I'm going to try to make it as quick as I can because I know long videos are annoying, but I hope to bring some good, valuable content. And I need to start with how I got into Beachbody. I have my entire adult life suffered from severe depression, anxiety, and insomnia on top of that. And that just does not paint a pretty picture. I have been on every medication there is. I mean, when people talk to me and they're like, I take this, I'm like, been there, done that. So I get it. I had those days in a row that I would call in sick to work and be in my bed and like binge eat for days and cry. I hated myself. I couldn't function and I didn't know why. So it got to the point where it was really bad. I mean, to the absolute worst, that I was heavily self-medicating. I was in a fog. I had checked out on my family, and my husband said, get some help. Right around the same time, I was scrolling Facebook one night, just doing nothing important, and I came across a post for what we know as a challenge group. So I didn't even think about it. I'm like, okay, why not? So simultaneously, did I start a challenge group? No one knew what I was doing. No one knew what I was dealing with. But then I went and sought outpatient treatment. So yes, I had to spend 5 weeks of intense treatment, 8 hours a day for the first 2 weeks, and then however it was, and then a half a day for the rest of the time before they said you're good to go. So I was working on a program in drinking Shakeology, and I was getting this treatment. There is when they diagnosed me bipolar. The minute I walked in the door, boom. I guess it was that obvious. I probably maybe knew it in my mind before, but like you don't really think about that bipolar. That's just like, ugh. But from that moment, it was almost like this weight was lifted off my shoulders. And I was able to get the right medication, and I was able to learn really good coping skills. And with this whole Beachbody thing going on, I was like feeling really good about working out consistently, which I already had done, but in turn incorporating good nutrition. So it was like I didn't have this great physical transformation, it was all mental. And I chose coaching. I said after that it was a horrific yet wonderful experience, I chose to coach, okay? So here I am, I'm bipolar, but my medication was on point. I had to come back and I saw a therapist weekly for 3 months. So you almost have to go into a maintenance kind of mode, and I was seeing a psychiatrist on a regular basis. This is something I still do to this day. I don't have a choice. So the thing is that we have to be our own advocate. If you are feeling bad, don't sit at home and wait for it to fix itself, because you're going to get in that deep, dark, ugly circle. Don't be ashamed if you have to take medication. Do not be ashamed. There is such a stigma, and it infuriates me, because if you're diabetic, you're going to take medication, unless you drink Shakeology, and then you don't need to anymore. But if you have any kind of ailment, you take medication. So don't feel bad about having to take medication. So it seems like, oh, look, she's all happy and normal and got it all figured out. But no. So I had done very well for 2 years. And then I had a humongous setback. I did a figure competition. Most people do it, and it was a great experience, but mentally for someone bipolar, I don't think it was the best idea, because as soon as I stopped training so hard on my body, my mind went to crap. My body's never been the same either, but that's a whole other story. For 1 year, my medication stopped working, completely and utterly just stopped working. Okay, that feeling is horrific. Everything stopped. So for 1 year, I was constantly going to see my psychiatrist. I mean, it was to the point where I said I needed a reserved parking spot at her office. We were changing everything. We were trying this. We were weaning off this, trying that, weaning off this, trying that. And other things had happened in our life too. But it's just, that's not the point. The point is that no matter what happened, I kept working my Beachbody business because it was my lifeline. I am very open and able to share this with people. And that helps them. They can relate to me. They understand that they're not alone. They don't feel ashamed. And these are people, I talk to people that never buy anything from me, or they want to talk to me about their kids. They feel alone, and I'm able to help them support because I'll put it out there because honestly, I don't care. I have owned who I am, and that comes with personal development too. So you have to, personal development. Huge. I don't care what pills you're taking, personal development. So you have to understand, maybe this is long-winded, you cannot be ashamed of who you are. I know it hurts me. I know the pain, and I know that overwhelming feeling where you feel like you're going to suffocate, or I know that feeling that you don't want to get out of bed. But you have to understand you've been giving this gift, and this is a gift that you can share with other people so they can relate to you. It's part of who you are, so don't hide it, and know you can do this. If you feel this way, find a doctor. If you don't like a certain doctor, find another doctor. Do you know how many therapists and psychiatrists I've been through? And I'm to the point now, yeah, I'm pretty self-assured because I had to go through all that to get that way. If I don't like you, I'm moving on. So you have to be your own advocate for that. If a medication doesn't work, you gotta give it time, try a different medication. Do not be ashamed of who you are, okay? I'm not going to talk anymore because I've talked your ear off, but what I will tell you is that if you want to talk about it, I'm here. I am glad to help. I'm glad to answer any questions. I might call you out. I do that with a lot of people. I'm like, you're not doing anything to fix it. How do you expect to feel better? But please know I do understand. Please know one more thing. The shoe's it's gonna drop again. It always is gonna drop again. I could wake up, it's dropped. But the thing I know now is I know it's going to get better. And I know how to cope better. And I know how to deal. Okay, so that's all I have. I hope this was helpful, and please just love yourself and take care of yourself.